Welcome, Destination Divergence. Last time, y'all were in the Plane of Death. You've traversed a few different fragments of other planes, including the Plane of Ice, the Plane of Madness, even a little bit of the Plane of Peace. And then you traversed a great area of ruins. I believe that was 2 sessions ago, actually, you crossed the other planes, but great area of ruins stretching as far as you could see, in which you rested and were ambushed by an ooze. A very large ooze, which you kind of dunked on, honestly. I think it did not end up doing very much damage to you all.
Or a Dweeblex.
Yeah, and it tried to run, and you still hunted it down. So even with the advantage, you all showed your dominance in this area and in combat, absolutely decimating this force. And who knows where it was running off to, or why it was even there in the first place, but either way, it's dealt with now. And so you continue your travel. You eventually arrived after flying over a sea of pure inky black shadow, so dark that even flying overhead with the pure dark sky above, it was hard to tell what was up and what was down. The sea of shadow had no reflections even, so it was literally like you were flying through empty space and you were deprived of your senses. But eventually you made your way to the Amaranthian City of Shadow, which looks very much like the Amaranthian City of Light you've seen previously. But this one is decimated. It is destroyed. It looks like it looks organized. It looks like a city still, unlike the discarded ruins of the past that you flew over previously. This city looks like a eternally dead city. It has citizens filling the streets still that are all shadows, husks of their former selves, unable to operate in their normal lives, but still attempting to. People going through the motions of trying to get food and groceries, or children playing in the streets or in playgrounds or whatever, all these different things, but none of them having any real effect. Everything's slow, everything strange. You see people trying to open doors and their fingers just moving through the handles. You see people carrying food, but it's all rotten and falling out of their baskets. You see children trying to play catch, but the ball will just fall after a couple feet and then slowly roll to another child, that kind of thing. All very dreary and dull. When you flew down closer to investigate, getting the rest of your party out of the pocket dimension they were in, you were attacked by one of these shadows, and very quickly dealt with, as a shadow latched onto Milos's leg and sapped Milos of some strength, and then Milos did a heckin' smite of 1,000 suns, and it evaporated. You absolutely annihilated this child. I believe it said something along the lines
Child
of...
annihilation.
Yes. I believe it said something along the lines of give back what was taken, as it attempted to suck the life force out of you. And so it succeeded in sucking quite a lot of life force. Milos is at a significant negative strength modifier currently. But you continue to travel, now avoiding the shadows instead of going up closer to see what was happening. And everywhere you moved through the city, the shadows' eyes would follow you, and occasionally they would start to move towards you as if bound by something, as if you've interrupted their daily lives and now they have a new purpose to catch up to you. But unless you got super close to any of them, none of them got very fast or aggressive. There's just a gentle movement, as if you were a slight gravitational force moving through this place. And you were much faster than them anyways. You eventually settled down in an alleyway, somewhere that you didn't see any shadows nearby, and popped up a magnificent mansion so you could rest for the night. It was a terrifying day, so you all took an extra long bit of time resting and relaxing, drinking rum and such, before you eventually turned in for the night. But unfortunately, you did not complete a long rest before your magnificent mansion was dispelled out from under you by a shadowy force on the outside. An undead figure now stands over you, speaking with you as you all lay on the floor, shocked, trying to wake up from sleep rapidly, trying to get your bearing on your surroundings as you feel the pressure of the plane of death now setting in around you. Still being barricaded by your death ward, thankfully, but you feel that pressure again, unlike the relief you felt previously. And this is, again, I don't think your magnificent mansion has ever been dispelled, so
No.
this is probably quite a shocking experience after that perfect calm you were all in before. And this figure standing over you now says to you all, let me kill this music. Says to you all, well, travelers, I think we can help each other out here. Now, steady now. Nobody do anything rash. I just want to talk. Don't think you're in any shape to, well, pick on me anyways.
No.
I'm nodding with my hands raised, nodding very gently. Just kind of, yeah, no one's fighting. We will hear you out. You've caught us with our pants down, if you will, as I pull my pants up.
Excellent.
I was sleeping.
Well, all your belongings that were not part of the mansion would be ejected from the mansion when it's dispelled. Anyway, so you're good. If if you were in alternate clothing or something, that is all ejected into your current reality. Yes. So Neko is with you as well. Excuse me. Calm and panic. Correct. Well,
This is a weird dream. Just gonna try and adjust Neko underneath me. Hello.
Oh, it is no dream, my friend. No, I expected travelers to be here in a time such as this, of course. Why would there not be others? But I expected, well, I expected more of a villainous sort to be approaching this place at this time. What brings you all here?
Why on earth would you think we were villains? We're clearly heroes. Doesn't you?
No, that
Well,
I
you
can
should
see.
have you should have seen the thing. You should have seen the place before it was dispelled. It was quite heroic.
No, I can see that you're all covered with this golden light of protection. You are no villainous undead forces, of course. But that is what I would have expected. Why are you heroes here in the realm of the dead when it is at its strongest?
Just trying to save the universe as heroes do.
Mm-hmm.
We've been doing a pretty good job of it. I love what you've done with the whole city of the undead. It looks quite. It's quite chilling. It's quite an experience. I bet you could make quite a lot of tourist money if you opened up a safe way for people to come and visit.
This is not my domain. I am also a visitor here. But it will be mine soon if things go well.
Well, I'm happy for you.
Now, none of you are going to get in my way in that effort, of course.
I have no. We have no stake in who is the ruler of this plane, and if that is what you need our help with, then let's put that on the table. I yeah.
Roll me
Can
a persuasion check for that one.
Sure. Oh, I feel
Can I help
Or
with some
deception,
dramatic
or
poses?
Oh no, it's persuasion.
Can I have Neko unfold a couple flaps to make a makeshift table using its body?
Sure, Neko can do that.
Heck yeah.
All right, 22 is pretty good. Huh. Well, you might be useful to me then. I take it you're heading to the throne, as I am. There's really no other place in this city to be heading. Trust me, I've explored quite a lot of it at this point.
This might sound weird. Can you point the direction of the throne from here? I just want to make sure we're talking about the same place.
She squints her eyes at you like, yes, it is over that way. Kind of tilt to the side a little bit and point sort of perpendicularly to the alleyway.
Does Eric find that to be matching on where the compass is pointing?
From your recollection of where the compass was pointing before, that's pretty much the direction, yeah.
All right. Yeah, we're on the same page then.
Hmm. So you're heading to the throne, but you don't want to take the throne.
No, you can
Correct.
have
Personally,
the
I'd
throne.
like to leave.
I don't blame you for that.
I have to imagine most people who walk toward a throne are probably doing so for reasons of, I don't know, visiting, maybe paying homage to a ruler. Most people, I would think, who approach a throne don't seek to take it.
Are you here on behalf of another plane?
Um, Not really, no. Depending on how you look at it.
You see,
We're,
you
we're
gave
not
me
serving we're not serving any master, if that's what you're asking.
you gave me such a vague answer before, and curious. That's all. Heroes saving the world, of course. Well, that is what heroes do, of course. This is understood.
Yes, of course.
Um, you see, I'm trying to find assurances that you really are not here for any reason that will impede my efforts. You see, I am here to absorb the Empress of Shadows. And if you're here to, strike a deal with her or communicate in some other fashion or anything of the sort, well, you see, if you do so now, really, how long will that agreement last before I simply consume her? It'd be rather fruitless. You might as well simply do the communication with myself.
Oh, yes, I
Honestly,
don't
I
think
didn't even know there was an Empress of Shadows.
Of
We're
course,
really
there's an
just
Empress of Shadows. Why would there not be?
we are truly just passing through. We we really have no business with any individual on this plane. It's just necessary that we pass through this plane for a short time.
Yeah, we
So
need to make it to the throne. That's it.
Then we can leave.
And what
I-
will
I-
you do at the throne?
If we get you there and we allow you to take it, can that be our secret?
No, of course not. Why would I
Worth a
allow
try.
you
It
to?
was worth a
I
shot.
have the entire advantage here. Why would I allow you secrets?
To be fair, we're very
Look at how
powerful and
cute this
we are
cat
willing
is.
to help you.
Why would you keep secrets from me? Why would I allow you to keep secrets from me unless I would assume these secrets were things that will harm my goal?
Okay,
She has
Okay.
a pretty good point.
so
I
true.
really can't
And
find any flaw in it.
I don't, and okay, we'll be open with each other. And I'm not hiding anything that I know to harm your goal. Frankly, I'm just hoping to get out of here alive. You might be able to understand this. Um, quick question first. Has this Empress of Shadow wronged you? What's your stake in this? I'm curious. I like to know people's motivations.
Wronged me? No, no. She is merely a battery of power, which I require. She's the
That's quite
Empress of
understandable.
Shadow. The Empress, not of the Shadow Realm, not of this city. No, the Empress of Shadow, all of it. You don't know the Empress of Shadow, any of you.
No. Why
Not
would we?
supposed-
Just got
Personally-
here. Yeah.
Huh?
She's not a dragon, is she?
No. She could be, I suppose, but no, not usually.
Fuck, we got to fight Lich Dragon Fortisax. Oh jeez.
Are you going to become the Empress of Shadow then when you're done with the whole absorbing thing? Why do you want to become that?
I suppose that could be my title. Becoming the Empress of Shadow would be a whole. I'm not sure these things are quite conflatable here, but yes, I suppose.
Interesting.
Well, I suppose it matters not. I have my own reasons for this power. How about we trade secrets? Hmm? How's a trade sound? Because if you just want to get out of here alive, there are easy ways. I could send you back where you came from right now, or you could go back by whatever method you came here. If that's all you wish, that is an easy thing to grant.
Well, we'd like to make it to the throne first, because that's where we're going, and then we can leave.
Yes, but
Yep.
why?
Hey,
If
could we just reveal our secret? I feel like we're
yes,
not going
we
to get
should
out of this
trade.
without doing it. It seems like that'd be a just a convenient thing for us to do.
Yes, we will trade. Um, do I? I'm just gonna look at her confidently. Eyes. Do I have your word that if we tell you our secret, that you will reveal yours as well?
Well, myself being so powerful, if I wanted you to not know my secret, or I had any reason to think that you were going to run off with it and to use it to thwart me in some other way, I would simply kill you on the spot. So why would I have any reason to lie?
That's quite reasonable.
Yeah.
He's got a point.
And if I'm being honest, looking at you, I feel like if you wanted, you could know whether or not we're lying. So I really see no reason to beat around the bush.
I'm
Um,
fairly confident with my my abilities in this manner. Yes.
She
Yes.
literally can't lie anyway. There's no point.
Yeah. When you write, you write. Um, so yeah, we're not here on behalf of one plane. We are here on behalf of all the planes as we are well over halfway through stabilizing every plane to, as we very hyperbolically say, but accurately, save the universe, if you will. That is our purpose, and the place of stabilization is
Ah,
the throne.
We think.
stabilizing the plane. I see.
Yes.
Not
Yes.
controlling it, it is yours.
We
I
would also
suppose.
like to make it through alive and not be risking our lives any further. That is very much a goal of ours also.
Yes, I suppose you mortals do cling to your lives in one way or another. This is understood. Um. Okay, stabilizing the plane should be fine as long as it happens after my goal.
Oh, do you think something bad would happen if we did it beforehand?
Well,
I
it would
was sort of
probably make
thinking you would make
Well,
it easier
you
for you
see,
to absorb your prey.
out of all of the many years I have been alive, there is a reason I haven't simply come here to absorb the Empress of Shadow before now. It is because this moment in time is when this plane, the plane of darkness, is at its peak in power. The draconic prophecies have told us for a long time that the planes would be in a particular alignment. The plane of shadow would be at its strongest point, while the plane of light would be at its most diminished. It's perfect. I need that peak of power to be absorbed.
Oh, that's quite
That's
interesting.
us for sure. Yeah,
We've already
that's
helped
what we're
you
doing.
enough, is what I'm hearing. Like,
Yeah,
So,
we are up in that prophecy.
so I need to absorb the Shadow Empress before you stabilize this plane. Therefore, we should work together.
what?
You
Wait.
helped me subdue the Shadow Empress, which, uh, well, you were going to have to get past her anyways. And then simply, while we are engaged in such a manner, you will not attempt to sneak by and stabilize the plane while we are attempting to subdue the Shadow Empress.
Hmm.
Wait,
That
hold
clear?
on
I
a
have
second.
no.
Wouldn't the Shadow Empress being weaker just make your job easier?
Well, yes, but then I wouldn't get as much power.
I see.
Understandable.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I genuinely have no issue with this plan, and I like we're speaking frankly at this point. Is there a catch for us? Is there something you're not telling us that would make this bad for our lives or our goal, or
There
do you
does
just
seem
want to
to
make sure
be
you get yours? Because I get that.
Well,
there does seem to be a level of a bit of a gulf of power between us. It makes me a little bit it makes me a little bit wary that perhaps you just sort of need us to become sacrifices for some sort of dark magic, because I can't imagine that, with the level of firepower that you can probably drop down range, that we'd really be that much of a help.
meat shields will absolutely be appreciated, yes.
Okay, that's quite reasonable.
See, at the peak of the Shadow Empress's power, well, I am incredibly powerful myself, but this will be a struggle. Some assistance would be appreciated.
And I can offer you that. I know in this place healing is certainly frowned upon, but if it helps you get yourself alive through this, if this Empress is putting their hurt on you, I can power through the wards here, and I can heal, and I will heal you should you wish it in this fight. I can offer that if that gets us, you know.
I appreciate the sentiment, but I do not think your magics of positive energy would have any kind of beneficial application to my
You-
own biology.
Wouldn't that just hurt?
It would
True.
it would be extremely painful, yes.
I will not do
Yeah.
that.
Also, while we're sharing helpful information, you should know that at the Dawn Throne, that magic hindering healing will
Wait,
be
Dawn Throne? I thought this
extremely
was
dense.
Dusk or Shadow.
Oh, the Shadow Throne, yes, correct. At the Shadow Throne, the magic that blocks light, that blocks healing, and so on will be extremely dense. The densest point on this plane. You are likely already aware of this, but helpful information. You can all see in the dark, yes?
No.
Okay, we'll fix that. Don't
Oh,
want my meat
hell yeah.
shields dying too quickly. Oh, and yes, my secret, of course. My word was given. Have you all worked out who I am yet? Have you heard of me? I'm quite famous.
Yeah, just read a book about
actually, really weird timing if you think about it. Yeah.
Yes. So,
Are you the Sea King?
yes.
He's doing her best.
Yes, in a manner of speaking. For I will soon be, well, not the king, but the queen of all things. It's just a matter of time. This is one step along that journey, of course. And you all, by cooperating with me, will be well, part of that plan. So, I mean, what are you going to do? Tell people that you helped me achieve domination of the universe? I would also, I could simply kill you. It won't matter anyways, I'll have so much power at this point. I bear the dragon mark of death. And despite myself being half dragon, I am not able to access its powers, as I am no longer alive. But, with the power of the plane of death, well, I don't think there's any stronger power I could use to fuel the mark of death. And so, at a new peak of my power, the last bearer of the dragon mark of death, I will be able to spread the mark of death once again upon the realm. And this will give me even more power, and then, yes, domination of all things. But that is the current plan.
Well, I wish
All
you great luck in
things
that.
in this plane.
Well, we'll see how things go.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I guess. Um,
Even at
You
the
know,
previous peak of power of the House of Death, we didn't rule everything by default. We were quite strong, and, well, all the other houses lived in terror. That is what I wish for again. And, some death here and there will obviously occur. It is the mark of death. But what I really
course.
want is for all of the other houses to live in terror for what they did.
yeah, I don't
They're a
feel
bunch
too
of dicks,
bad
really.
here because they suck. Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of on your team here, so
Well, excellent. We understand
yeah,
each other then.
shield away. Yeah, really, you don't gotta convince me too hard.
So, my intuition was correct. We can help each other out. You help me subdue the Empress. I eat her, and then you do whatever it is you came here to do.
Yeah, how I'm purely in curiosity mode now. How literal are we talking with the munchies. Are you like literally feasting upon her, or is this like kind of a soul absorption sort of deal?
More of a soul absorption kind of deal. She takes on a physical form willingly, sort of as a manifestation of her will itself, but she has no true physical form. It will be more like a soul thing, sure. It's not the most accurate. I don't believe she has a soul, but that is a close analogy.
Okay. I want to take a quick moment to point out that the more we've heard about this, my Lich Dragon Force Act comment is feeling less like a meme. There's a curse mark of death. She is part dragon, and she is a lich. Anyway,
I don't know. I'm just keeping my mouth shut so I don't put my foot in it at this point.
yeah, that was out of character.
You can see why I accidentally called this the curse mark of death
This-
before.
Yep.
And will continue
All
to do
right.
so.
I love it.
Yeah.
So okay. Yeah, honestly, kind of anticipated this to be a harder sell. I am fully, I mean, and to your point, it's not like we have the greatest choice in the matter here, but I'm on your team here. I think our goals can work together. Let's let's do this thing.
Yes, let's.
Very good. Very good. So I don't think any silly thing like a contract that the fiends would write up or anything is necessary. Just know that if you go against what we have agreed upon here, I will kill you on the spot. I think
yes,
that
that
will
goes
do
without
us
saying.
nicely. That should handle things.
Yeah, I'm very afraid of you. I'm not gonna fuck around with this. I can tell
Perfect,
you that up
perfect.
front. Yep.
And that is the fear I want to spread. So it starts here.
Yes, I'm hoping you just don't murder us as soon as you get what you want. That's really the only variance I see in what's about to go down.
You've got no reason to,
I
really.
feel like that would be wasteful, right?
Probably would be. Really shouldn't bother.
Well, it depends on how useful you all are. You will be implicated in, well, the overthrowing of the Shadow Empress.
Yes, I'll add it to the list.
So,
We're not gonna stick around.
if I ever need minions in the future, we've got that particular piece of blackmail.
If you
Fair
say
enough.
so.
Means to an end. Okay.
Well, this was
Well.
a productive conversation. Well, terribly sorry for interrupting your rest.
Yeah, actually,
you-
is it okay if we finish that before doing this? Because we are at a fairly, we're a more meatless shield right now without having
Boneless
our
shield.
rest finished. Yeah, like the real lean cut. Well,
Well, I suppose. I don't think I'll need that much assistance against the Shadow Empress. I feel like we're somewhat evenly matched as it is now, but I suppose hedging our bets a little bit is not the worst thing. Let me just... And she raises a hand with one finger, doing some flicking the finger around a little bit in the air as if she's writing something, doing some mental math. Yes, I still have about a week left. Another day won't kill us.
all right.
Hmm.
Well, in that case, yeah, let's have ourselves a little rest.
Are we just gonna rest on the ground? Because I don't have my mansion.
Um,
I think the whole mansion was dispelled.
is that what happened?
Is what happened.
Seems.
We could pull out our sleeping bags.
um,
Would you wouldn't mind sparing a spell slot? Would you? I'd like to
I've got a
I'd like to bring the
bubble.
pirate ship back.
Wait, the bubble only lasts for 1 minute. Never mind.
Yeah, that was our safe haven for resting.
I had lots of little minions. They did my
Yes.
bidding.
Unfortunately, as a being of negative energy, I fear our spell slots are somewhat incompatible.
Oh, that's quite
Apologies for
unfortunate.
that one.
um, this is a long shot. Do you could you provide us with a safe place to sleep?
um, I never thought to learn any spells like that. No, you see, all of my minions are usually dead and don't care where they sleep. So, I'm afraid I can create fire and lightning, and I can raise corpses. I can stop time. But a safe haven, not particularly useful to me or mine usually. I can keep watch, I suppose, if that would make you more comfortable.
That's what I mean. Yeah, if you're
Oh, that
willing
would
to
be
do
lovely.
that,
Yes.
I know it's an ask, but we gotta do this thing. Um, and I think we're gonna be pretty at a disadvantage. So if we can just rest, and you could help keep any of the more painful denizens away from here, that would be much appreciated, and we'll give you the our
Oh,
full
yes.
effort we can offer
I
tomorrow.
suppose these denizens would be painful for you, wouldn't they? Had not considered that, but well, yes, negative, positive. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Your wards did not protect you. Interesting. Hmm.
Yeah, a small child really
Judge
did
you
a
not,
number on
vicious
us.
creatures.
Quite. Well, very well. I will keep watch over. I need no sleep. I will be very attentive. You can trust me. Well, assuming you trust me already.
I trust that you will, in fact, murder us if you feel the need to.
Huh. Yes,
That's
very
that's a
sensible.
that's a sort of, so long as I take that into account, I think I know. I think I can make good strategies.
Yes, that is quite sensible of you. You heroes tend to just be so trusting. I just, I didn't think there would be one such as yourself amongst you that would actually understand. But yes, that is quite right. If I don't need you, I will simply kill you. But I happen to need you.
But that is quite comforting.
Yeah, that's cool.
Very pragmatic.
Hmm.
Might as well.
Yeah, we'll keep one of us awake in each stage though, just as insurance. You understand?
Yes, that is quite reasonable as well, of course.
But I think that's a waste of effort, and I'm just going to sleep.
Love that. Love that for you, Clemens. All right. Um,
Well,
but
you were
okay.
already like halfway through the night, so you'd only technically need 2 watches anyways.
Oh yeah, true. Cool. There we go.
All right. So, who's keeping first watch then out of the two of you?
I'll do it.
All right. So as the rest of your group heads to sleep, Lady Ilmera will actually turn into, as you suggested, a lich dragon. As a much
Understandable.
more imposing figure with which to keep watch, a larger being, and sort of doesn't like curl around you in like a nurturing way or anything, but just kind of sits in the alley in a way that blocks vision on both
Just
sides.
T-poses while standing above us.
Yeah, essentially, and it's just a massive fucking body in the alleyway that is extremely intimidating and sinewy and bony and like all that shit. So it is it wards off the outside forces pretty well, and she'll
I
just
hope so.
occasionally look back and forth.
Huh.
Yeah,
Clemens is
well,
gonna try to sleep. Even she may have
Yeah.
a bit of a hard time with that being around.
Yeah, did you all fancy feast? I think
let's
you did
see.
before
Did
rest,
we
but I
eat a
can't
fancy
remember.
feast?
Uh, gosh, had we this time?
That's up to you.
I can't remember.
Um,
I'm gonna say Clemens can sleep.
it would probably be in the chat, right?
I deleted the chat though, so my
Oh shoot.
Rip.
Okay.
because the groups are different each week. I just delete it going back and forth. It also keeps Foundry loading quicker and stuff.
Yeah. Honestly, I want to say that maybe we didn't.
That's fair. Do you want to eat one now? The nice midnight snack, like, it's up to you.
Kinda. Actually, I'll probably be able to tell if I just check my spell slots, or not my spell slots, my inventory.
Ah, yes.
Actually, no,
Because
I feel like I did, because I'm down all the way to 2. I
okay, cool. So you
think
probably ate one
I
then.
think it's
That makes
cast.
sense.
Yeah.
So now, normally a dragon would have a fear aura, and even just a dragon near you keeping watch is just a fear aura nearby, especially an undead one in the plane of death. Probably pretty unsettling. But thanks to Fancy Feast, you all are technically immune to fear. So, whether or not you're still unsettled by this or whatever, that is up to you. But I'm not going to force you to make any rolls against fear or anything like that because of this, at least. So there is that.
Aw.
So yeah, fair enough.
Sick. All right.
Your watch passes pretty uneventfully, Faye. And then is it Milo's getting up next?
I suppose.
I suppose it would be. Yep.
All right. Your watch also passes uneventfully. And you all complete a long rest.
Thank you.
Yeah, love to see it.
Love to see recovers -8 hit points.
Okay. The old standard 26 temp.
Thank you.
And let's see. I guess I'll roll.
I will long rest for Carrick. Boop. How much temp?
26 temp,
All right.
and you roll the fancy.
Fingers crossed. Hey, that's pretty good.
That's better. Above average. Okay, cool. That's 13. If anyone wasn't looking at the board.
Carrick will death ward everybody.
I
Thank you.
will quad foresight.
The massive dragon, in the exact same voice as before, says, "Ah, yes, good trick that," and then also cast foresight on themselves.
Of course.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Quite very useful. I imagine the Shadow Empress has also done the same.
Yeah. Is she a lich?
Well, Lich isn't quite accurate. I don't think she was ever alive in the first place. But, well, functionally, I suppose you can imagine a similar experience in combat. She is a being of immense negative energy. So, lots of spells that are very deadly. Lots of attacks that are all negative energy. I imagine she will match my own magical spells with similar powerful spells, yes.
All right.
So, well, maybe not a lich, in that she is a corporeal being filled with an undead spirit and an ancient and powerful wizard, but she is an incredibly powerful mage and a being of incredibly strong negative energy. So really, well, honestly, not that different from me. This is why this is all fated for me to come here and consume her. I may be a lich, I may have a body, but well, I can't find my phylactery, so I may as well not have one. That's how I like to think of it, at least. So am I
That
really a lich either?
What an interesting way of thinking about things.
yeah.
Yes, well,
Yeah.
no one in thousands of years has been able to find it. I haven't been able to find it, and I've been looking, and it's my phylactery. Maybe I don't have one. It's possible.
I would have thought you just had like a sense of where it was, given that it's a
Oh,
part
no.
of you.
Normally, a lich going through this process would form their own phylactery and protect it somewhere. They would hide it away or make it something very strong, very difficult to break, but whatever. I myself did not go through the normal process. And I'm also part dragon from a very, very important bloodline. But no,
Clemens, sorry.
the rare times I have died, I have simply awoken in a random part of the world. Normal liches appear somewhere near their phylactery. That has not been my experience. Perhaps my phylactery is the world itself. As long as that doesn't end, which you're all attempting to fix, yes? So, hey, we are helping each other out after all.
Exactly.
I'm going to give Clemence back her dagger of lesser invisibility.
Thank you. I do not remember giving that to you or possessing it, but I will happily take it back.
It's my spell stirring item that just has all true self in it, so you can turn yourself
Oh,
into a
yep.
skeleton.
Thank you.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
the lesser invisibility, right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
That Clemens has the big brain idea that this Lich Dragon is just completely bluffing because she doesn't want us to know that she does in fact have a phylactery so that we won't go looking for it.
Hmm.
She nods very sagely to herself and doesn't say this out loud.
Yes,
It's hard to get one past Clemens.
I am glad there is one in your group who understands so well. This is great. Are you a powerful wizard by chance? You have
Oh,
that
yes, very
vibe to
much.
you. Yes, I thought so.
I command, well, not really the storms themselves, but just a lot of lightning.
You, any well, any ambitions becoming a lich someday as well? You powerful wizards often do.
Oh goodness, I certainly hope not.
Huh.
That sounds very boring.
Well, maybe when you live until your bones are more decrepit, you'll reconsider. But
I can't imagine not having a stomach or a tongue anymore.
you know, I almost forgot that you have those. It's been a long time.
Yes, what a horrible fate. Could you get one back if you wanted one? I have to imagine you probably could.
Well, certainly.
Oh, then maybe I should reconsider the whole becoming a lich thing.
I know polymorph. I can turn into whatever I want to.
Oh, that's quite convenient.
Ooh. Ooh,
Yes,
that's
I'm sure
smart,
you're
actually.
all able to cast polymorph as well. Yes, quite a simple spell.
Oh, absolutely. Actually, hold on. Hold on now.
Hmm.
You're a being of extreme power, obviously. Do you
Hmm.
know ways to polymorph into stronger beings than the normal rank and file spellcaster? You know what I'm
Ah,
saying?
yes, I get your meaning. Yes. Well, there
Beyond
is
T-Rex.
yes, there is polymorph, the more simple spell, of course, and then there is true polymorph, the much more coveted and well perfected variant of the spell. Not limited to beasts, much more capabilities, so on and so forth. This one I have not taken the time to learn. I have been satisfied with polymorph for my needs, but, well, for mortals I can understand the appeal of true polymorph. I have already
Very
attained my peak form.
damn. That is. Oh,
Yes,
That's a really good answer. Shit.
I think that extreme ability to polymorph is the only one that I really care about. I've been turned into other creatures from time to time, and I always seem to lose myself when that happens, and I'd rather not if I'm going to go to all that trouble, but You know,
Yeah.
I think my destiny really lies along the path of the lightning bolt.
Lightning spells are my favorite spells as well, yes. You have good taste.
Thank you. So do you.
Well, of course I do.
Love where
Except
this is going.
I can't taste anything at all.
Oh shit. You know what? I know you're like doing some evil soul eating action, but this is cool. All right, yeah, let's go. Let's go eat a shadow empress.
Very well. Can you all fly? You can't see in the dark. We'll fix that on the way.
Um, some of us can fly.
Ah,
I glare at Clemens.
well,
I'm
Why are you
sorry.
glaring at Clemens?
Well,
Hold on.
my boots
Oh
don't
wait,
have
oh, wait.
much in them at the moment.
Oh wait,
I
no,
can
no.
cast fly
Milos
on
is the
myself.
one who is very fly challenged, right?
well,
I can make my cat bigger, and that'll travel faster, but still walk around.
Um,
don't worry about it too much. Just here. And she'll large dragon form will just kind of get lower to the ground. She'll kneel down a little bit. I'm aboard.
Oh, thank you.
my pleasure. Thank you very much.
You reach out and touch the bones of this creature because it has no scales, no skin, and the bones are like wet and almost a little bit spongy in a very
Eee.
slimy way. But it's something to hold on to, at least.
Well, I guess Neko and I will climb on.
I'm loving it.
Clemens will climb on. This is not the grossest creature that she's ridden.
It's no seeking, but it'll have to do.
Very well. She'll spread out her bony wings, and then they were just kind of spindly wings, right? There's no they're just the bones that would form the normal part of the wings. No like webbing in between or anything like that. But now like shadow rolls down from the bones, almost like smoke that is falling down to the floor, and she begins to flap those wings. And now you recognize the shadowy figure you saw in the sky previously while you were arriving.
Oh,
And this, yeah, you connect some dots there. Yeah, she's able to take off from the ground in this dragon form. And as you fly over the city, you fairly quickly notice a tower in the distance, one that wasn't as easily visible before, but you make pretty good pace on the back of this dragon. And as you approach the tower, you can see that it's almost like the dark sky above you is almost like pinched over that tower. Like part of it is pulled down like a stretchy substance down towards the tower. Like there is just darkness pulled down from above over the top of this tower. And you can't actually see the top of the tower. But this tower appears to be the same like architecture of the Dawn Throne you saw before. It's just that this one is shadowy instead of bright and beautiful and all of that. The area outside this tower, as you approach it further, which is all covered in this dark haze, as I mentioned before, that is very difficult to see through. And like the rest of this plane has been dim light, here is eternal darkness. It is not magical darkness, so normal dark vision can help you see through it, or if you cast some sort of spell that gives you some light or whatever, that will help. But yes, it is perfectly dark here. And as you fly through it, Lady Ilmara will cast dark vision on you all, which will give you 60 feet of dark vision.
Thank you, dragon.
Temporarily. I don't remember the exact time limit on that, but I believe it is long enough. Thank you. Yeah, it should be long enough for the fight, for sure. You notice as well as you fly over this tower, what was previously at the base of the tower, which again, the tower is on top of this massive like pyramid structure that rises up out of the city, as this huge monument of power in this magnificent city, or what perhaps once was a magnificent city. At the top, in the plane of light, there was like basically a resort at the base of the tower, right? There was like plenty of places to stay and eat and relax. There was, it was beautiful. There were gardens, there were pools, there were that kind of thing. Here, it's a graveyard. The entire thing down there at the base of the tower is just graves. Not super organized either. It looks like a very messy, dirty graveyard. Like the graveyard that would appear in a village that has existed for a town that has existed for a very long time, rather than like something that was in a city and was well constructed and built into the concrete structure of the city. No, this is just a patch of dirt with gravestones sticking out at different odd angles all over the place. Some of the gravestones broken and collapsed and all of that. You rise up to the top of this tower. Is there any preparations you would like to make in the last like minute before you arrive?
I'll cast Longstrider on myself.
All right.
Yeah, I will give, because I realize this shit lasts an hour, I'm gonna give Kara Holy Weapon.
Okay. That will be a check for that spell. And
That's fine.
yeah.
Clemens is not going to make any changes.
Okay.
So it's 5th level, so I have to make a 15, is that right?
That's correct.
Oof.
Sheesh.
Oh, it's extra holy.
You feel this pushing the spell through is even more difficult than it was previously. But you still manage it here, so you're fine.
Okay. Excellent.
Yes. Yeah, I think, before we end early for tonight, let me just show you guys what you're up against here briefly.
Oh.
This is where you currently are. You're on the top of a tower. You probably
Ooh.
can't see the entire map with your dark vision, but there are all of these statues around, similar to the statues you saw on the Dawn Throne previously. But instead of appearing to be like statues of ancient heroes all in heroic poses and stuff, there are just all of these dark figures wearing like very either fiendish armor or like dark shiny metal coating over like almost like an obsidian color over some of their surfaces. Like these all appear to be very like evil figures. A lot of their heads have been replaced with skulls and things like that. This appears to be perhaps like a Lich Hall of Fame or something like that. Is kind of the vibe you get from it. And in the middle is, of course, there's like a pedestal with a person standing on it. Give me 1 second, because I think I can just drop a better image of them in chat, because I did mid-journey it earlier.
I did see the do not look. I was like,
Thank based mid-journey. Oh, did Discord? There we go. This is who you see in the middle. That is the token there.
ooh, that is super cool.
That is the Empress of Shadow standing there. Currently, she's got like purple like smoke running along her hands as she waves them through the air, performing some kind of rite as she stands there in the middle of the place. Almost like she's interacting with several different runic spells that are floating around her, but you can only see the runes once her hands get close to them. I will say, even though your dark vision doesn't mechanically reach it here on the map, you can probably see it as you circle the tower and you come down to land. At the very back of the room, there is a much larger statue than the others. With at its base, there is a book open on like a not quite a pedestal. I can't think of the right word for it, but there's like a slanted part of the statue that holds a book. The thing that comes to mind is like, yeah, I guess it's a stand. Yeah, a book stand. I don't know why I can't think of the proper word for that, but that's fine. It is leaning there at like a 40. I think that's right. Yeah, I don't know. Like a 45-degree angle, the book is tilted there, open, and the pages are just kind of flipping back and forth. And as the Empress of Shadow is marking different things, like runes will fly up out of the book into her hand, and she'll continue to work with it and stuff. Clearly, a very powerful mage of some variety. And as you all sat down in your approach here at the top of this tower, she will finally stop what she is doing and open her eyes, and there's just black smoke rolling out of her eyes, slowly falling to the ground, like a very slow falling liquid, but it is clearly a vapor moving through the air. And I think next time when we get back, I know this was a short one, we'll roll for initiative, and we'll get right into that, because you know what? No, I will say one more thing for dramatic effect here before we go, because I did want to do something before you rolled for initiative. As you sat down and Lady Ilmaro transforms back into herself, one of the biggest benefits she has for you here is what she's about to do. And as she transforms from her dragon form and sets down, and you all probably tumble a good 10-20 feet to the ground below, but I won't make you roll too much damage for that, it's fine. Mostly for dramatic effect. She lands, and as she is falling, she is casting a spell and holding it in the air. And as the Shadow Empress also casts something, all of a sudden, 1 second. I need to roll something real quick.
Oh, no.
Several things happen at once. Let me.
Tower falls and we all die.
Not quite. Let's see. What's the first thing you'll notice? You see an arc of lightning blast out from one angle of the tower where neither of them were located previously, across the tower to the other side. A fireball erupts on another part of the tower simultaneously. Let's see what else. There is a pillar of flame falls from the sky and hits the tower out of nowhere, and just there's bright lights everywhere. And suddenly, there's arcs of magic flying back and forth between two things simultaneously. Again, none of this is happening in sequence. It's all happening at once. Multiple things out of nowhere. You see several arcs of magic that you recognize as counterspell going off at the same time, countering other spells that are happening. And then finally, at the end of it all, both Lady Ilmaro and the Empress of Shadows are both within force cages at different parts of the terrain here, which they will actually be, we'll say, right there. And what has happened,
gotta learn that spell.
Yeah, what has happened is that both of these mages cast time stop simultaneously and had a mini battle in stops time before combat, which if you didn't bring Lady Ilmaro along, it would have just been a time stop on your ass round one, and it would have been very bad for you all.
That is a moderately kill 6 billion demons thing to happen.
So they both showed up, and then just boom. I rolled for how many rounds would happen. That's in the time stop spell. They both rolled 5 rounds. 5 spells for each of them just went off simultaneously. 5 reactions for each of them to try and counterspell each other. Counterspelling counterspells. All sorts of crazy shit just happened in front of you. But you have successfully, essentially, burnt the Empress's time stop cast for now. So that is good. That is very good for you. And
now
both
they're
of
cute little bubbles.
Yeah, both of them are in force cage. Trying to see if there's a good status to remind myself that is what I'll say restraint for now. They are both in force cage.
That is so funny. Holy shit.
That is how your combat is going to start. They both managed to cast force cage on each other during that series of events. And we're going to roll for initiative next time.
Thank you very much, Lee.
Thank